is up, you guys? Welcome back to the Sweet to the Soul podcast. It's your host, Veronica McClelland. And in today's episode, I will be having a guest with me. We're going to be talking about everything college related. We'll be sharing tips with you guys, things that you can do to be successful, and things that you guys should stay away from doing, and also what we have learned after our first semester as freshmen in college. This episode is going to be very laid back, very little editing, and it's going to be as if you guys were in the room with us. So I just want to start off by talking about college in general. So the first thing I want to say is that college is not for everyone. You may be tuning in right now and be your first year of college. You may be a high school senior going into college. You may have graduated already, or you could have completely decided not to go on the college route. And let me tell you, that is okay. Like I said, college is not for everyone. I want you to do what makes you happy, but please, you guys, be reasonable. If you think you're just not going to go to college and then wake up one day and be a millionaire, I'm telling you, you're not going to be. And if you are, just remember me, please. Please just remember me. But I want you guys to do what you love. So if college isn't something that you love to do, or if you have something in mind that you love to do, but college is not going to get you to where you want to be, that's fine. But I want you guys to be reasonable. So even if it's going to a community college, going to a trade school, or just testing out college for a little bit and then deciding not to do it, that's okay. And also, I don't want you guys to decide not to go to college because of the amount of years it will take you to be there and graduate, because I'm telling you, the time and work you put into it will pay off. And also, don't decide to go to college because of somebody else. You are your own person and you need to live out your own dreams. So I want you to ask yourself this when you're deciding to go to college and picking a major especially. Am I living my own life, or am I living my parents' dreams? So actually, the summer before going into college, I had this moment where I did not want to go to college at all. At that point, I did not want to be tied down to one career for the rest of my life. I wanted to do multiple things at once that I was really passionate about, podcasting being one of them. So as you guys can see, you guys are listening into my podcast, and I am still in college because I had a lot of time to reflect and think. And at the end of the day, even though I had thought that college was not for me, to me, it was the most reasonable route to go on and still do the things that I love to do on the side as well. And I also want you guys to remember that it's okay to change your mind, whether it's majoring or if it's going to college. Like if you decided not to go to college, but then realize like, hey, I don't like where my life is at right now. I think college is for me. Go to college. It doesn't matter what age you are. It doesn't matter what you want to major in. Just go. Go undecided. Go undeclared. Even if you're in a major and you are trying it out for a little bit and then realize like, hey, I do not see myself in this for the long run, that's okay. You can change your mind. We're all human. That's the one thing I love about life, is that as you go through experiences, your mind is going to change, your perspective is going to change, and that's just going to help you grow. So change your mind, change your major, change what you want to do in life. Just do what makes you happy. All right, now I'm going to be sharing with you guys my personal tips for getting through college. So number one being, do something that you are passionate about. I already kind of touched on this, but if you are doing something that you aren't excited about, it's going to be 10 times harder to envision your future. And without that vision in mind, it's also going to be hard to motivate yourself to succeed in college. It's going to be hard for you to even get out of bed in the morning and go to your classes. My next tip is to put yourself out there. And no, I don't mean in a negative sexual way. Please do not put yourself out there like that. I mean to explore different people and different things that you may not have ever thought of doing before. In high school, I was always the person that would stick to the same friend group all the time. We were very similar, but in college, people are coming from different parts of the world. So you guys have all gone through different experiences, grew up in different households. So really connecting with people who are different from you is going to help you grow. And also, with that being said, put yourself out there with your professors. Get to know them. Go to their office hours. That's going to be key. Make sure they know your name in a positive way. Another tip I have for being successful and getting through college is to not study in your room. Whether you're on campus and you're in a dorm or an apartment, or if you're commuting and it is just your bedroom, do not study in that room, please. Especially if you're in a dorm, you're in one cube. Oh my God, one cube where you sleep, eat, rest, everything. So if your brain is associating this bedroom or dorm with sleep and rest, you're not going to get the most out of your studying time in that room. So I recommend going to a library, a lounge, or even just like a coffee shop. Like for me, when I'm doing like some of my easy work, whether it's just copying notes or just an easy assignment, I like to go to a coffee shop right by my college campus. But if I am doing something more difficult, like studying for an exam or trying to grasp a topic that I'm not understanding in class, I do like to go to a more quiet setting, which is why I do decide decide to go to the library. And also, you want to be organized and prepared. So me, I like to have a planner where I can write out everything I have to do for classes or just like something outside of school. I like to have a planner where I can see a calendar and also have a format that I can write other things down in. Or if you're a person who just does a calendar on your phone or a whiteboard calendar or even just sticky notes. Like sometimes I will just write my to-do list out on a sticky note, but I'm a very visual learner, so I need something in front of me that is constantly reminding me of what I have to do. Also, organize your folders. Don't have one folder for every class. Ronnie can tell you so much about that. That is what she did first semester. But as the semesters go on, you learn more about your study habits, what helps you, and you grow for the next semester. So with that being said, you guys are now going to get to hear from one of my close friends here at college, Ronnie.
Hi guys, I'm Ronnie. I'm a physician assistant major, and I'm also on the swim and track team. So one tip of advice that I would give is to sit in the front of class. I know this might be a real hot take, and a lot of you might not want to sit in the front because all your friends are sitting in the back, or you don't want to be picked on by the teacher. But this helps you pay attention, and it helps you be engaged in all the conversations that the teachers are having. And most importantly, this will help you from falling asleep in class.
Oh, and Ronnie, tell them about the most embarrassing thing that happened to you first semester.
One funny thing that happened to me is I skipped a whole page on my second bio exam. But I guess that leads me to tip number 2 of to always check your work. I could have sworn up and down that there was no more pages, and I don't know how I didn't notice because it was in the middle of the test. After looking back, I realized I missed a 25-point page. That brings me to my third point, is to just keep chugging along. Even if you're looking at the information and you don't know a single word on the flashcard, keep chugging along because eventually something will stick, and just try your best. And if that doesn't get you there, then you weren't meant to go.
Wait, I'm actually really glad you mentioned that because I think your body will always tell you if you're meant to be doing something or not doing something. Like just the same way that your body tells you when you're hungry, when you need to go to bed and get some rest, your body will also tell you if this environment is for you or not. So going back to what I said in the beginning, college is not for everyone. So if you feel like you keep going and keep going and keep going and it's just not clicking, it's okay to just take a rest and reevaluate where you want to be in life and what's the best way to get you there. I feel like college is really just trial and error. You wake up every day and you just have to keep motivating yourself. You're not always going to be motivated or determined to get something done or to stay up to date on your assignments, but you have to be consistent at all times in doing those things. So even if you feel like you can't do it, just getting up and doing a little bit of work every day, it's really going to pay off in the long run. And you're going to be your worst enemy. You're always going to have that voice in your head that's telling you that you're going to fail, you're not going to do it, you're going to be a dropout. Whatever it is that you think you're telling yourself, those are just all lies. All right, so now we're going to switch subject to things that we wish we knew before coming into college. For me, number 1 being do not go home every weekend. I didn't realize it at the time, but I was literally going home every week, if not every other week, for my first semester, and it really drained my mental health, and I didn't realize it until I would come back to campus, because I felt like when I would go home on a Friday, yeah, I was good, I was doing stuff at home, I was enjoying myself, but I would dread the day that Sunday came, because I was like, oh my god, I have to go back to school. So I felt like my mind did a complete restart, and I had to get back into the habit of being at school when I would come back on Sunday. So it just my body restarted every week, and I feel like that just was not healthy for me. So now I'm not going home as much, and I definitely do see the difference in how my mental health is taking it when I'm at school. And plus, you get more comfortable being here, you meet new friends, you do new things. So being at college and being on the campus more than not is going to be really good for you. All right, my next one for you guys, do not buy your textbooks until the first week of class. I promise you, it's going to save you a ton of money. My first semester, I bought every single one of my textbooks, and it probably came about to 10 textbooks total, and I only used 2 of those textbooks. So it was definitely a waste of money. This semester, I decided to wait a little bit longer, and then I only bought the textbooks that I knew 100% that I was going to need. And usually your professors will reach out to you and say, hey, listen, you're going to need these textbooks. But if not, I would just wait and let them go over the syllabus to see what books you guys are really going to be needing and if you really are going to need to buy them. And Ronnie, what would you say you wish you knew before coming to college?
Okay, one thing I wish I knew before coming to college is that the professors are way different from your high school or even middle school teachers. in high school, they always said that they had to prepare you for college and, like, that college was going to be, like, really intense, but it's way more laid back. It's all on your own. Like, the teachers are really just there to assist you. Obviously, these teachers have the best intentions for you, but you yourself have to put in the work. Whereas in high school, they kind of babied you and, like, they kind of made everything seem way more important. But in college, you have to decide what's most important to you.
All right, and Ronnie, how do you personally, how do you balance your school life versus, your outside life, hanging out on the weekends, going out with friends, and spending time, alone with yourself?
So pretty much you have to find your own balance because everyone's going to be different. Some people won't want to go out every weekend. Some people will. Some people need their alone time. I personally don't really need that much alone time. So I'm either out every weekend or studying with other people. But it's even harder when you're balancing school, sport, and your social life. You have to find the balance, and school always should come first because you have to remember you're paying all this money for the education. You're not paying all this money for fun or for athletics. You're paying this money for the degree.
Yeah, and I think that you'll kind of realize what works for you as you continue your college experience. As you go from semester to semester, you'll realize what things did work for you and what things did not work from you and stuff that you should kind of stay away from doing, or some new habits that you should pick up on the way. Especially me, first semester, I didn't have the best studying habits, so really learning at the end of the semester what works for me and then carrying those tips onto my following semester. That's pretty much what I do. College is going to be trial and error. You're going to meet new people. You're going to experience new things. You're going to find different ways to look at life and different ways to go about life. And I know a lot of people say go to college for the experience, the party life, the guy life, the club life. But to me, that's not really what it's about. Like Ronnie said, I'm focusing on what I'm paying for. And with our majors being so intense, yeah, we'll do it here and there. But it's not really what I'm here for. And of course, if that's what you're into, if you're a party person, go ahead and do that. Just be careful, baby your drink, all the mom tips I could give you. Don't go out alone, be with a group of friends. But really, I would say make the most of your 4 or 5 years, however long your program or major is. Make the most of it because you're not going to get these years back. That's one thing that's true. So yeah, college is difficult. College can be fun. College can be stressful. But make the most of it. All right, and that concludes this week's episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and thank you so much, Ronnie, for coming on and also sharing your tips and tricks with everyone. And I will see you all in the next episode.